All right, so greetings wherever you are. My name is Big Bright. And before we say anything today, you can see the topic. We are looking at how to write introduction or background to your study. You know, in research writing or in thesis writing, we start with the introduction. And each of what is it? The introduction has different components. And today I've tried to summarize the components for you to be able to write your introduction with so much ease. So before we continue, please do me a favor and subscribe to this channel. And by doing that, you are supporting me. Thank you. This series, I've started with the first video where we looked at the general way of organizing your proposal. We took out what a literature review. Today, we've looked at the whole thing. Now I'm picking them one after the other. Today, we are going to look at how to write introduction or background to the study. All right. So let's do that quickly. And so, all right, so I have something here. So let me put it in the presentation mode. Perhaps that will be better. Great. So this is our research. Let's say we are doing our research, and then we are going to write our introduction. So I am assuming that we already have the topic, and then we are going to write our introduction to the topic or our background to the topic. And so, first of all, our first paragraph, our very first paragraph, what should be in the first paragraph? The first paragraph should contain the statistics about the issue. I'll give an example. For instance, if you are talking about a disease, let's say you are talking about a prevalence of a disease, let's say ulcer, you have to give statistics. You see? So according to this so and so studies, or what globally, there are about 1.5 million people who are suffering from ulcer. Or globally, this number of people die from ulcer every year. Then you can move all the way to Africa or to continental level, then to your regional blocks, and then to your country, and then different sections of your country, and get to where you are. Your first paragraph is always very important to throw light on the statistics of the issue you are talking about. For instance, if you are also talking about, let's say, yield gaps in agriculture. So you may want to give us the statistics of the yield gaps, or let's say some of the shortages in the yield. Yield gaps simply means that, I mean, you are getting a yield that is below what you were supposed to get naturally or normally. So you give the statistics that maybe from 2010 to 2013, the yield gaps in Ghana or across the world in terms of rice production was this and this and this and this and this. And then in Africa, this was the statistic that we recorded, and then this. And then you have your references. So the first paragraph is always about the statistics. Yeah, let me not say always, but it's mostly about statistics of the issue. Give statistics, give the data to back whatever issue it is. Let's say people are talking about HIV prevalence right now. So you can talk about the prevalence of HIV in the world and that of Africa or what continental level. Then you narrow it down to your country level, narrow it down to wherever you are. And in that case, you have already painted the statistical or the data point of view of the issue that you are coming to talk about. Let's say in Ghana, every year, maybe let's say about 1 million people are believed to have contracted the HIV virus. And then maybe on regional basis, this particular region, according to the statistics, is leading. Then you are trying to narrow the problem all the way up to where you are statistically. That's your first paragraph. You talk about the statistics of the issue. Now, second paragraph, you are going to give definitions and information about the issue. This is where you try your possible best to talk about or to give an overview of all that the issue is all about. So I just spoke about, let's say, if it is ulcer. So at this point, you want to let people know what ulcer is all about. So you begin to give us what ulcer is all about. And then in this case, you are referencing people, even the statistics you are supposed to reference people. Here, you give us clear definitions. Not that you are just going to define what is ulcer. No. You are going to tell us what ulcer is all about, maybe the organisms that are responsible, what actually initiates it, and then whatsoever. So give us an overview of what ulcer is all about. Let us get the whole of the paragraph to contain the issue. If it is about yield gap, tell us what is yield gap. I mean, who defines yield gap? I mean, how was it discovered? What is it about yield gaps? How do we ascertain yield gap? Tell us everything about the issue. Then you are giving us information about that. That will form your second paragraph. Now let's look at the third paragraph. Third paragraph, if it's important to tell us how the issue originated. Where is the issue coming from? It's an issue you are investigating. Let's say if it is ulcer, if it is what is it? Let's say the HIV, if it is the SARS-CoV-2 or the coronavirus or the COVID-19, then try and then let us know the history or the background or the originality. How is this? So if it is HIV, maybe you can begin to say as that what is it? The HIV was discovered in 1984 by so and so, and then it was initially discovered as a virus or just as this and this virus. Then it was later on noticed that it was a rhinovirus, and then which lacked this and this and this. Then it has a genome this, and you have to tell us the little history or the originality of the problem. Where did the problem come from? If it is about yield gap, tell us how yield gap was was initially. How did the problem come about? The originality. Tell us a little background story to yield. You know, let's say if it is yield gap in rice, tell us a little history of rice production, and then into how the yield is, and then how we quantify the yield. Give us the historical or the originality of the issue in question. Remember, I am in the bioinformatics, so that's why I bring this particular point there. Now let's look at paragraph 4. What should be there? Our paragraph 4 should be the impact of the issue on the economy. So you have spoken about the statistics. You have given us information about it. You have given us where this whole problem came from, or the originality of the issue or history of the issue. Now tell us, what is the impact of this particular issue on the economy? So, for instance, if it is about ulcer, for instance, or the coronavirus that I spoke about, what is the impact? So, according to the statistics that you have known, this total amount of people suffer this particular condition. And out of that, government is spending this amount of money on this particular issue, or these are the financial burden. It has been estimated that treating an ulcer takes about maybe, let's say, 6 months at an average cost of like $18,000. And then you are trying to just give us a background of how this will lead to impacting the economy. When we say impacting the economy, not even if it impacts your pocket is the economy. So tell us, how does this impact the economy? Because every research must have an economic value. If there's no economic value, it's worthless. So this is where you have to talk about how your research or your thesis or how the issue impacts the economy. Remember, it's not all the time that the issue is about negative. If it is positive, tell us how the issue impact the economy positively. And so you want to highlight on that. And so that will be your fourth paragraph. Now, let's look at your fifth paragraph. Discuss the challenges or what makes the issue exist. So, for instance, we have spoken about ulcer. We have also spoken about yield gaps. You can look about other issues that you may want to investigate. What are the challenges? What makes this issue exist? What is making the ulcer to exist? Discuss them in this particular paragraph. What is making, is it because people are not taking their antibiotics? Is it because people are not completing their antibiotic medications? Or is it because the bacteria is developing antibiotic resistance? Is it because the causal pathogen is this, or is it because somebody is living in a particular environment? If it is about the yield gap, tell us what makes yield gaps to exist. Is it because we are not having the right nutrient? Is it because we do not have proper technology in our farms? Is it because we are not implementing or having support services from government like extension officers influence? Is it because the soil nutrient is just bad, or the rainfall pattern, the climate change, whatsoever? So this is where you must explain why the issue you are investigating exists. What makes it exist as a problem? You see, so you discuss the challenges or what makes the issue exist. And that will be your fifth paragraph. And now, on your sixth paragraph, then you have to establish the problem that you intend to work on. At this point, you would have mentioned the issues, you would have given us the statistical background to the issue, you would have given us the definitions and every information we need to know about the issue. Then you would have given us the historical or the originality of the issue. Then you would have given us the impact of the issue on the economy. Then you would have discussed what actually makes the issue to exist. And then in this case, you are now trying to use that last paragraph, which may not be a long one, to tell us how that particular problem requires or there is a problem with us. So based on what we have discussed already, the issue of ulcer, this and this and this and this and this, then you have established the problem there. Or if it is about yield gap, then due to the challenges that you have already outlined, then you realize that there's actually a problem of what the yield difference is in, let's say, in rice production or in maize production in Ghana. So you have broken down all the problem, and then you come here in this particular paragraph. That's where it's like a summary paragraph that will bring out the problem that you want to investigate. That will bring out the issue that you want to actually, your research wants to focus on, and that will be your last paragraph. When you do this, then you see that your work flows in a particular manner, and then you would have you would have completed. So this is the basics, the very basic way that, or the best possible way that I think I can help in terms of writing your introduction or writing your background to the study. Whether introduction or background, in some cases they have the two, but in this case, most time you just either you pick background or you pick introduction. I always pick background. So summary. First, give us statistics of the issue in question. If it's a disease, let us know the global statistics, the regional statistics, continental statistics, country-wide statistics, and then on your country, zonal-wide statistics, and then you come down there. Go second, tell us the information or what it is about this particular issue. Then, so that's where definitions and overview information about the issue exists. Number 3, history, or paragraph 3, the history of the issue or the originality of the issue. How did the issue come about? I mean, from where? How? Then tell us, establish the originality, how it is. Now, paragraph 4, impact of the issue on the economy. This particular part is very important. It will come again somewhere in your justification. But remember, introduction encompasses all these things without us actually noticing. So this impact of the issue on the economy is actually what you highlight when it comes to justification. Now, discuss the challenges or what makes the issue exist. These are simply problem statements. But in this case, you are just giving it narrowly. No, you are not going to break everything there. You are going to summarize why the problem exists, what makes the problem exist. And then the last one, that will be establish the problem that you want to. And then here, that's your main research question. And then that's going to be your C paragraph in your introduction. So introduction encompasses everything without people actually realizing. You see, the statistics would have been somewhere around your methodology, where you are actually going to be talking about, your materials and methods and data and whatsoever. The definitions and whatsoever is going to be your literature review. All right. So that's where you are going to break everything down into details. Then you look at your history, your issue, your originality of the issue is also part of that, part of the literature review, and then in that order. So this is what I have put my hands together. Maybe if it can help, if it helps you, please give me a thumbs up, then share this video and allow other people to benefit. Tomorrow, I'll be talking about problem statement and how to also break that down bit by bit. I've already spoken about that, but I'll give it a complete video to let you know how to write your problem statement. Of course, I'll do that for, all the sections of our research up to resource interpretation and then discussing the results. I'll do them one after the other for you to follow. Stick and stay on this particular channel. I create videos on academic area or education, and that is why I do not have much attention, but I think this impact much more. And so please support me by subscribing to the channel, and then you are there. I equally do data science, bioinformatics, and then what you can think about. Thank you. My name is Big Bright. Okay. And so, and I'll leave it here. And thanks for being around. I'll see you some other time.